Tony. Who's Chris? Who's Chris? Tony? Tony said hi, Chris. Who's Chris? Oh, sure, she's gonna meow now. Are you going to scream at me? Huh? Come on. You wanna come in? Come on. Cats.
14 seconds. 14 seconds. 4 seconds. Ah! Bing! Hey, hey, hey! It is Planet Mitch time. Where's my glasses? There they are. I can't see. Hey, thanks for tuning in. What do you think of the countdown process? Thumbs up, thumbs down. I know some people don't like it, but I think it's also kind of nice to be able to have some indication that there is a show coming, and I'm going to talk about it. Roblack from Twitch says, I love it. Well, the music, by the way, you asked a minute ago. Ryan says, I like it. Thanks for tuning in, Ryan. MC Sue is here. Thank you for tuning in, MC. Good to have you here. Maybe my bright light's not bright enough. There we go. I'm still working on getting show setup stuff. Ryan says, good tactic. I got it actually from Loria Patricia. I don't know how to say her name. She is, used to be, I think it's funny. She used to have a stage name of Callie. Why did I not come up with her name? Callie Lewis. And she switched over to her original real name. Probably a long story. But she is a tech guru. She is over in the Ecamm group. I am broadcasting with Ecamm. I use a tool called Restream to send it out to all kinds of different places. And Devin's here. Hey, great to see you, Devin. Anyway, Lori had taught us a couple of weeks ago how to do the countdown thing, and I think it's pretty good. You know, I get to do a little goofy stuff. I ran out to the bathroom, okay? I drink a lot of fluids in the morning, and I figured I better get that in before the show, so that's why I disappeared. But you could also ask questions, and we can interact and that kind of fun stuff. And I'm using a new frame around me. Isn't that kind of professional? Topic today, and today is Monday, and I'm going to try to close my door so my family doesn't have to listen to me, but the cat keeps opening the door. So I'm going to close the door, cat. She's sitting right outside the door. And she'll probably meow. Maybe you'll hear it, maybe you won't, but I have a stick to close the door. Isn't that fun? Topic of the day. Interesting topic. So for those of you who don't know me, maybe, I am Planet Mitch from GiveAwayRocket.com. Where's my little logo? I don't have my little logo turned on. There's my little logo. Thought that was on in this scene. A door stick, Roblack says. And thanks for tuning in from Twitch. I don't always get good people from Twitch to tune in. Sometimes they're a little naughty and like to tease me. But I'm trying to grow my persistence, my presence everywhere out there on the planet Earth. I go by Planet Mitch if you haven't figured that out yet or seen it. So I say I'm the only guy that I know has his own planet. I teach people how to do contests. I teach people how to grow their email list so they can grow their business. And contests are great. I haven't checked my tongue today. A great way to build your business. That's what I like to talk about. And those of you who know me know I didn't talk a whole lot about it. I used to have a Tuesday tip. And on Tuesdays now, for the UpViral community, I am doing the UpViral co-pilot sessions with Mark Davies from the UpViral team. So I had to move the Tuesday tip to Thursday. Well, guess what? They asked me to do another show on Thursdays because they have this thing called the Viral Hacking Challenge. So I moved the Tuesday tip to Thursday, and now both slots are full. So that's why I'm doing the Tuesday tip on Monday. So now I got to come up with, I can't call it the Tuesday tip anymore. Today's topic is an interesting one. It's about getting people to open your emails from your contest. the whole point of getting somebody to give up their information is to be able to connect with them on email, right? And if you don't connect with them on your email, then they ain't going to open your stuff and they ain't going to buy your stuff. And therefore, all that effort was not as good as it could be. So, how do you make that happen? How do you get people to open your emails? Anybody got any suggestions? I'm going to talk about two things. Now, there's two reasons why this is a hot topic today. And it wasn't the topic I was going to talk about, but because of these two reasons, it's become my topic. I entered a contest yesterday, over the weekend, don't remember when, to win an iPad, because I thought it'd be fun to have an iPad. And I entered it, and I noticed there were very few people that had entered. And so I was like, maybe I could win this, because it turns out it was a most points campaign. I'd like to be able to do some drawing. And lo and behold, I can actually do some drawing. I got a new tool. Does that show up? Where is it? Oh, it's not working. Why is it? Anyway. Oh, and now I just made my frame go away. All right. Quit fooling around, Mitch. When I entered this contest on Saturday, I used my planetmitch at giveawayrocket.com, which is my main email that I'm using these days. And the campaign said, hey, you have to confirm your email. And so I waited and I waited and I waited, and I never got an email. And I checked my spam and I checked this folder and that folder. I never found the email. And I was like, what? And I don't know exactly what the cause of that was. But I then registered with a Gmail account. planetmitch@gmail.com. You can use that if you want to connect with me as well. I got so many emails. My family's always like, what email should we use to email you, Dad? That email from registering for this contest showed up almost instantly. So that was the first issue. I don't know why the first email didn't show up. It's never shown up. I actually posted the contest on my timeline earlier, if you saw it, and I've forgotten who it was. Somebody said that they never got a confirmation email. And if they don't confirm, and when they use my referral link, then I don't get the points, right? So I want people to confirm. The contest owner wants people to confirm as well. So that's the first step. And there's a big debate there whether you do double opt-in or not. And we could talk about that for hours, because that's a very controversial topic. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. And the other side of that, I was looking at other campaigns. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And I didn't get this set up right ahead of time. Thought I did, but I apparently didn't, because I'm having to go find the dadgum thing. Sorry. I should have been more prepared. Where is it? Enter to win. Here it is, an iPad. There it is. That's what happens when you mess with your windows before the show. Right? Bad. Don't do that. All right, so let me switch over to this view. Come on. It's supposed to switch. You don't have audio. Thank you for... Isn't that bizarre? All right. You should hear me now, right? I see the little thing going back and up and down. Last thing I heard was it should switch. Okay, so this was... thank you. Thanks, Rob. Hey, Rob, you're here. Your voice is not... You should hear me now. Now, some of those that are coming in are delays. I'm going to assume that you guys say it's... MC says it's okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I apologize. I've got some things to learn on using this broadcast tool. Still, it's a daily battle. When you switch scenes in Ecamm, it remembers the last thing you did. And apparently the last time I did this scene, it was muted. And I got to remember to look at that because it's over on that screen. Maybe I should put it on this screen so I see it. Anyhow, so what I was saying when you couldn't hear me was that I accidentally showed this screen and I found the original very first campaign that I did, and it was in the month of March. This was not the first post, but this is a post that I did on my other website that I used to call, or still call, Planet 5D. It's still alive, although I'm not doing much with it. But my very first campaign ever was in 2010. Now, isn't that crazy? But what I wanted to talk about was this particular campaign that I entered and registered for over the weekend. Now, I noticed I'm going to click this, and I'm going to hide it. So this is WinIPad Air. That's not the key here. We're not going to talk about that. There is a leaderboard. I hadn't really looked at that. Oh man, I'm far from winning. I'm 839. But anyway. So this is a tool that is Viral Sweeps. You can see up here in the URL bar that it is Viral Sweeps. But they have two very interesting things in here. The first one is an Easter egg hunt. But that's not the one that I really wanted to talk about, although it's interesting because I have recommended to several clients to do something similar to this, and I will grab a screen grab and talk about this in the future. And the way the instructions show up are kind of unattractive. But the key there is that you could create a custom action if you're using UpViral. Obviously, if you're using Viral Sweeps or some other tools, you can give people instructions on how to go through your website and find something cool, right? And then in order to get those points, those chances to win, then they have to, verify down at the bottom, and then they get 100 points. That is something that's really cool. Side tip, not what I intended to talk about today, but the one I was highlighting was, the other one was down here, email bonus codes. Notice the point system, by the way, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. I will gladly answer questions at any point. But notice the point values here. Like us on Facebook's only worth one entry to them, and that's okay. It is important to get people to try to do some of these actions, but you put the biggest points on the ones that you really, really, really want them to do, right? Like this Easter egg hunt. Because what does it do? Navigate to Google, step in the search field, type in this. Step 3, click on the first link you see, blah, blah, blah. So they're walking you through the process of finding this Easter egg. But the reason they're doing that is because it's going to their website, myinjuryattorney.com. Obviously, this isn't the right prize for that audience, but that's a whole nother topic. But so I'm going to close that. Again, that wasn't the reason I was here. But notice this one, email bonus codes. Now, the intent is to still get people to open your emails, right? If they're not opening your emails, then your campaign, potentially long-term, isn't going to work. You're not going to be able to get their attention when it's time down the road to get them to potentially buy your service or your product or whatever. And therefore, this bonus action with a whole lot of points. Notice refer your friends is only 25 points. You can only get 25 extra chances to win when you refer a friend. Now, obviously, they want you to refer a friend a whole bunch of times, right? But they want you to get into their emails, into opening their emails and looking for these bonus codes. And it says, we provide bonus codes. Let me make this bigger so you can see it. I wasn't thinking. We provide bonus codes in random emails that we send to you. So they're telling you, hey, pay attention to emails that we send you. We're going to place bonus codes. Please note you can only get 100 entries per code. So if you enter, apparently people are trying to enter, use the same code multiple times. You will get the points, but always look at your entry total as it will go up 100 points for every code you enter. I've never tried this. Let's say it's Joe. Enter bonus. Do I get an extra 100? No, darn it. But why are they doing this? Right? Why are they doing this function? They're training you to go open their emails so that you get it out of the spam box and into your inbox so that you are paying attention to their emails. I think this is a fabulous tip. I have used a similar function on my campaigns for some of my clients. Another way of doing it is on the confirmation, the share page. Up at the top, I have put in, hey, by the way, there's a bonus in the very first email that we just sent you. Make sure you go grab that. It gets them opening your emails. There's another tip there. A great question, Rob. I'll get to that in just a second. Now you've made me... Now I forgot what I was going to say. Another tip is that in those emails, ask them to reply to you. Give them some action, and you can't necessarily reward them in any of the tools to do that. But if you get them to reply to you, then the email spam checker things are going to say, oh, look, there's conversations going on back and forth here. Right? Rob sent out this email for this contest, but these people are replying to it. That gives you better authority within the email spam world. And so you're more likely to get your emails delivered to the inbox than the spam filter. All kinds of lessons to learn there. But try to get people to reply to you. Make an effort in your emails to say, hey, by the way, I'd like to know more about what you think about this or that. Right? Find ways to get your emails in the inbox and get people opening them. That's what we're talking about here today. Ryan says, very smart. Thank you. I know some stuff, don't I? Pat myself on the back for learning this and sharing it with you, of course. Don't forget, I'm at giveawayrocket.com. Ba-ba-da! Oh, you know what I don't have? I don't have my little ticker, scrolling ticker running. Where's my scrolling ticker? You should see my scrolling ticker. There it is. It's scrolling. I know there's nothing on it right now. Roblack, still with me. Thank you for tuning in. And now that's on top of the rolling ticker. So what we're talking about here is business stuff. If you want to grow a business, I know you're over on Twitch. Thank you, Roblack, for that's Periscope, isn't it? That's on Periscope. That's not the Twitch logo. That's the Periscope logo. Rob asked a question. How can you do this in UpViral? So what he's specifically talking about is, if I switch back over to this one, he's asking about this email bonus code process. Now these things inside, I'm trying to click in the wrong place. these things inside of, this is Viral Sweeps campaign. It's not UpViral. My favorite tool is UpViral, for those of you who don't know. And if you don't have UpViral and you want to pick it up, guess what? I have a button for you. And that didn't work. Oh, that's the wrong button. That's why that didn't work. It's this button. Let's see if that works. There it is. That gives an affiliate code for me if you happen to decide to try UpViral. Roblox says Periscope, but I'm logged in from Twitter XD. I don't know what that is. So I'm all over the place. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And look, there's my commissions. I'm showing you the wrong screen. All right. And here, these are to answer Rob's question. Let me turn off that button. And Rob's question was, how do you get that in UpViral? All right, so these are all custom actions in UpViral. Okay, and I don't have UpViral open, but I'm going to open it really fast because I can do that. And let me put it in the right place and let me log in. And let me move this thing out of the way that you can't see. But if I go into this campaign, which was a demo campaign I was doing for some training, which I was available if you want training, come see me. Inside of points, Rob, what you do is you create a custom action. So that's at the bottom of points. And inside the custom action, you would say, we're talking about the bonus emails, right? So let me switch over. I can't switch. Let's go to, I'm not in that screen. If I go over here, email bonus codes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this text, right? Because I don't have it saved. Email bonus codes. And I'm going to go back to UpViral, and we're going to say the title is email bonus codes. And then you're going to paste in whatever the description, right? So I'm just stealing theirs. And you're going to give them a URL. Now, they are in their email system, but the way UpViral works is you always have to have a URL for them to click on. So it's a little bit not the best process. It's not identical to the way you do it in Viral Sweeps. But you could send them to ht.google, send them somewhere that's appropriate for your business. But then you ask them a question and you say, what was the bonus code? And you can change this if you want, blah, blah, blah. You can add multiple choices. UpViral's, again, a little different. It doesn't verify the codes like Viral Sweeps does. You could do this, but I'm not going to do that. That's one way of doing it. And then 100 points. Oops, that's 1,000 points. And this is what it's going to look like. So if I do save action, and I come back here and I edit this and I click down here, this gives you a preview of what it's going to look like inside of UpViral. So here's the text, right? We provide the codes. So the titles don't necessarily work. I hope you get the idea that this is a little different. And so that's this. They have to click on the link. Obviously, it took them to Google. And now I have the ability to put in the bonus code, right? And get those points. So that's the way the process works in UpViral. It's a little different than it is in Viral Sweeps, but you can make the same kind of process happen, right? So does that make sense, Rob? Does that give you enough information. I know you haven't gotten into the custom actions yet, I don't think, but that's how that process works. Huh. I thought I made that go away, but it's still there in that scene. Oh, that's the problem. Okay. I'm learning about Ecamm. All right, so that was the tip of the day. One way of getting people, but there's no way to confirm the code. Inside of Viral today, there is no verification of the code. So let me go back. I'll show the only other way to do it, which is potentially not the way you want to do it. If I do this, what I started to show you was add multiple choice answers. So you could say code 1, you could add another one that's code 2, you can add another one that's code 3, and you could say code 2 is the correct answer. You know, obviously you're changing the wording to do whatever, and so when you click the custom action, this is what they see. So then they have to, and this, since this is a preview, it's not actually doing, but they would drop this down and pick the one that's the right code. Okay? Now, the key in all of that for me is that I don't care whether they have the right code or not. I really don't. Most of the time, I don't really care. What I want them doing is the action and going to whatever the URL was that we set up in the custom action so that they go visit my website or whatever. I do sometimes care, depending upon the client and the campaign, that when a winner is selected, I will go in and see if they entered the right code. And if they didn't enter the right code, I will pick a different winner. I will let UpViral pick a different winner. And that's another reason why I tell people to never, ever, 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 ever automatically pick winners. Because UpViral doesn't always know all of your requirements for the campaign. You might expect them to have a valid answer. And since UpViral doesn't really give you the bestest ways yet of picking those or validating those, other tools like Viper and Viral Sweeps have different processes for those. It doesn't mean they're better or worse, they're just different. Viral's current choice is to give you either just a blank field or the drop-down options. Now, the drop-down options, if you give them 3 options, and they pick the first one and number 2 is the right one, it will say that's not the right answer. But it gives them the chance to pick number 2 and number 3 again. So they're still going to get the right answer, right? Because they want the points. That's why one of the reasons why I'm not so keen on them forcing the right answer in there. I don't care. I really don't care. I want them to do the action, and I want them to be going to wherever I want them to go. Exposure, or get them to see my site, whatever. Now, in this case, again, we're talking about emails. So potentially the email sends them to the share page to enter the code, and then this code sends them to a URL that, you know, whatever that page looks like, but they have to come back and enter the code. It's a different process, but it still works. Helpful, Robert? My brother's name is Robert. We call him Robert because he likes Robert. He used to be Vince. I don't know. Anyway. So what do you think? What other questions do you have? That was the focus of today, is how do you get people to open your emails? Hot topic. By the way, if you go into UpViral, did you know you can see what your open rates are? I bet you didn't know that. Let's go look at that. Let me swap the screen. Let me do it inside Cam and do it properly. I wonder why this isn't working. I have this new tool called, there it is, Mouse Pro. And I should have had, or I'm sorry, it's called Pro Mouse. And it shows the cursor, and I think I ought to be using this more often. And look, I can hold down the control key, and that's not it. I can hold down the option key, and that's not it. I've been playing with it. I obviously don't have it set properly. Anyway, you can draw with this tool, and if I hold down the FN key, that's not working either. It's supposed to zoom in. None of those keys are working right. Oh well, I'll figure it out. Inside of UpViral, if I move this out of the way so I can go to the stats. Oh, it's up here. Stats. And go over here to email metrics. Obviously, this campaign, I don't have any emails going out because it was just a demo campaign. But you can see the open rate over here in the stats. You want to know how well your emails are being opened? Watch this. Come back here and watch these things. Hey, Roblack. Thank you. I've never used UpViral, but it looks well made, and we'll use the referral link. Thank you. Save that. If you really get interested in this, I have training. I have to remember to be in the center here. I have training myself, but there's also a thing called UpViral's Viral Hacking Challenge, which is a 30-day thing. And that just launched today, and they closed signups yesterday. But we're going to do it again next month. So keep an eye out for that. And if you join my email list, and by the way, let me give you a fun example. If you go to my store, there it is. If you go to giveawayrocket.com/shop, there are several things here, including the UpViral link if you scroll down. And I'm going to make these things smaller, which is another topic. But if you want like free daily tips in your inbox, which, by the way, I haven't sent one recently. So if you're on my list, I apologize. I got to write more of those. But if you, Roblack, for example, come over here and click on this, you can subscribe, and then I'll send out emails, and I will notify you of the next UpViral, the Viral Hacking Challenge. Because that one's already started, and you have to sign up. But if you sign up to my list, I'll let you know about the next one. How's that? Is that a deal? That's a good deal. So, any other questions? And UpViral, I'm biased, okay? I know there are other tools. I have several of the other tools. I happen to believe UpViral, and just because I'm working directly with them doesn't... I've said this for multiple years now. I believe it's the best tool on the market because it has the most functionality, it has the most features. There was a chart that came out last fall sometime where somebody compared the feature sets of many of the major tools, and UpViral was tied with the top one, but I think they missed a couple of features on that list, and so I still have a preference for UpViral. And it's not just because those guys love me. Devin, great question. Sir, I have a question. In UpViral, till how many points? In UpViral, how many points an individual has to refer to get the giveaway or download? It depends. You can set the points however you want. What you're asking about is referrals or rewards. What UpViral calls them rewards. And let me briefly go back over to UpViral. Go here. And what you're talking about is going into setup and going to rewards. See that dadgum thing when I switch? I need to make those go away. Inside of rewards, what you can do is like this one. It says refer 10 people and get something, right? The words I was just doing a demo. So inside of here, you would say refer 10 people, get $300. Or, I'm exaggerating. I'm being silly. You obviously would not be giving people cash. But they get something when they get to a certain number of points. So here you would put 200 points, and then you can do a downloadable coupon code, whatever. But that's the reward process. Does that help? Hopefully that, I know that's a 10-second explanation of rewards. I definitely got to have a button to switch this back and forth. Rewards is a long conversation. Rewards are a long conversation. Proper grammar. I'm a grammar guy. As a topic we can go over at another point, but basically what you're trying to do is, now you could give somebody a giveaway, something that, depending upon your definition of the word giveaway, you could give everybody that signs up 1 point and have a reward set up to fire when they get 1 point. Right? And that would send an email to them saying, here's your bonus. You can do that. So if you want like everybody to get an ebook, right? Top 10 ways to run an UpViral campaign. You can give that when they get 1 point. You give them 1 point when they sign up. So bam, it triggers. So then they would get 2 emails. They would get the email that says, congratulations, you're in. Then they'd also get an email that says, here's your thing. Now, you could do that also in your autoresponder, right? You don't necessarily have to do it inside of UpViral. When they register for a contest, you could have an autoresponder sequence that fires off that says, oh, here's your free ebook. And then tomorrow you could say, here's another bonus, or here's 10% off on our store. You can go down that path any way you want to go. All that's possible in your autoresponder. It's not inside of UpViral. But if you wanted to use UpViral without an autoresponder, you could still send an ebook to everybody, or a discount, or a download, or whatever you wanted to do by doing a reward that fires on 1 point. Got it, right? Is that clear as mud, or you got it? Did that go over your head? That's what that's supposed to be. I don't have any mud right here in front of me. Let's play with sounds while you're thinking about it. God, Devin! Look at you asking all these incredibly difficult questions. Do you want me to explain how to test a campaign before you launch it? Again, that's a 20-minute, 30-minute conversation. Number 1, test it yourself. Open an incognito window, take the URL for the campaign, go to that incognito window so there's no cookies set or anything else, see what the landing page looks like, register, take the referral URL that's in there, copy that, open another incognito window, use that referral email address to register, so you've got your main one and a referral. Make sure the points work. That's the 10-second version. I got to tell a joke after the drum roll. Well, some people, I got one joke that I can pull out of my hat just like this, and there's only one. I really have never learned more than one joke that I can pull out of the back of my head. What do you call a cow with no legs? All right, what do you call a cow with no legs? I'm going to wait for some answers. Valerie says, "Hi, Valerie. It is so good to see you. I've started my yoga student email list thanks to your urging." Now, Valerie is somebody I've met, and I know her here in St. Louis. Mark Zimmerman and Valerie are, like, romantically involved. Good for you. And Valerie, bless your heart, if you need some help with that, let me know, and we could figure out how to run a campaign for you. Do you have the video recorded for this? This is a Facebook Live, and therefore it is recorded. Yes. Now, as a real bonus, if you go in a couple of hours to giveawayrocket.com/search-free, and theoretically the URL just popped into your comment feed wherever you are. I don't think that always works, so you may have to type this in. But that will take you to a page where you can search a ton of my previous videos. And you can use your little finger keys and type on your keyboard and search for topics like points and testing, and you will find previous videos that I've done, and it jumps straight to the spot where I mentioned that particular topic. So, for example, if I said, I don't know that there's a word that I have a list of words that I need. If you search for the word that is a small black and white bird that lives in Antarctica, that starts with the letter P, because I've used that word multiple times to demonstrate the search feature. But I don't want to say it again, because then it'll pop up in yet another video. But if you go to search free, do you want a demo of that? Anybody want a demo? Nobody's answered my question. Why have you not answered? The joke is, what do you call a cow with no legs? I don't have anybody commenting on the answer for that, so I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you the answer unless somebody makes an attempt at answering my really bad joke. All right, so nobody's saying anything, so I must have really irritated some people. If I go here and I go here, if you go to that search free, you will get to this page. If you put your name, and this is another way of Roblack getting on my email list. Planet Mitch and PMR, you will get access to my free archives. I did answer it, or tried to. I don't see the answer. Maybe you said it out loud. So that word that I talked about before with the letter P, if you search for that, now notice there are several times where I have mentioned that word. And if I click on the word here in, let's say this one from December 12th, and I notice there's a transcript down here, and I pushed play, And so there are multiple places where I said, and I didn't want to let it finish that word because it would end up in this video again, because I think you heard that. Valerie has the correct answer. Way to go, Valerie. Valorie's answer to the joke is ground beef. Very good, Valerie. You win the prize today, which is a big virtual hug from me. Roblack, that search free tool is quite awesome. It is a tool called Searchy. And if you go to, I didn't intend this plug to be here, but we'll go there. But you see how there's a link here? If you click that link, you will go find out about this tool called Searchy. And that's my affiliate link. If you go to searchyiepro.com, you will get to my website that talks about Searchy. Searchy is an amazing tool. It's absolutely crazy. Let me show you, for example, if I go to giveawayrocket.com and I go to news, which is the blog, and I go to this post, the Outback post, I did a Facebook Live several months ago about the Outback contest. And Searchy now has a player. So if I push play here,
common questions,
it will start playing. And if I click on the search up here, I can search through the transcript of this conversation. Now, obviously, you may not know what words to search. That's a whole nother topic. But it automatically transcribes the videos. And what I did was I took that transcription and I posted it down here. And so that's the same transcription. And so by posting this video with the player and the transcript on my blog, I am now boosting my SEO by having a video and a transcript and all of those keywords. And so now Google is going, oh, look, Mitch has new content. And I'm getting some really good traction, potentially. I don't know, I haven't looked recently, but I'm potentially getting some good traction from a post like that. And I didn't have to do anything. That's the thing I like about Searchy, is it automatically grabs these things, puts them in my Searchy library, and then I can do things like post it on my blog with the video and the transcript, and I'm basically reusing that content. Devin, which tool are you using for this stream? I am using a tool called Ecamm to do this broadcast. Sorry, my nose itches. The Ecamm it's a Mac-only tool. It is a broadcast tool. I have created this frame, which is why I'm trying to do this. It brings the comments in so that I click on them in a window that you can't see. But I can click on the comments and bring them in and out. It's much like StreamYard or BeLive, but those tools are all web-based. Pardon me. This is a specific application on the Mac. I'm also using another tool called Restream to send it out to Facebook pages, Facebook groups, because if you are around my world, I'm posting it in multiple places. Many of you are probably on my Facebook timeline, but it's also going to my Facebook page. It's going to my Facebook group. It's going to Periscope, where Roblack is. It's going to YouTube. It's going to Twitch. And so my one stream is going out to multiple places through Restream. So I'm using Ecamm to broadcast and Restream to do the distribution. I'm also using a Stream Deck to make a lot of these things happen automatically. And there's a couple that I just haven't programmed yet, like the switching from this format over to this format. I need to have that on a button that instead of having a keyboard thing. And I need to have that go away. See, they're different, aren't they? So, any other questions? Do I need to give you the 30-second timeout? I'm going to go away. Or Jeopardy message. I'll turn that off. So, we've covered multiple topics today. Hopefully, you found something of value in all of this craziness. I do enjoy getting on and having wonderful discussions with people, so I appreciate Valerie. Somebody's got to tell me, what's the name of if you're from the U.S., there was a show called Romper Room back when I was young. And I cannot come up with the name of the young lady who was the star of Romper Room, because she would say, I see Paula, I see John, and she would like have a magnifying glass, and I think it was a magnifying glass, and she would call out all the kids that were on the show. She just made it up, obviously. But Valerie is here. Roe Black was here from Periscope. MC was here. Devin obviously was here because he asked multiple great questions. Did that cursor thing help at all? The black circle around the cursor so you could see it? Did the cursor thing help? Say yes, the cursor thing help or not? Miss Sally? David Dubé's here. Holy cow. I don't know. Let's just Google it. Magic Mirror. The Romper Room Woman. Oh, they have different names. What's the name of the woman on Romper Room? Ah, Miss Sherry. Who said that? Ah, David said Miss Sally. Here's Google. One of the ones up here says Romper Room with Miss Nancy. Miss Sherry was the better known as Miss Sherry, the host of the Arizona edition. So there were multiple ones, apparently. Isn't that interesting? Miss Julie, Miss June, Miss Sally. There's Sally. There you go. Rob says her name was Nancy. So we Roblax says the cursor can help, but it's not needed. Actually, the reason I got it, and I still don't know why it's not totally working, is that it's supposed to have a zoom feature. I mean, it does have a zoom feature. I'm going to turn it back on. Pro mouse. I don't know whether there's a conflict or something, but when I hold down the FN key, there it is. See, it does a zoom feature, so sometimes I show some small text, and I'd like to be able to just quickly zoom in so that it's easier. It also, if I hold down the control key, it draws. And then the command key makes it go away. And the option key was... I forgot what the option key was. But the control key draws. And I'm using my left hand, so it draws poorly. But that's why that is. So, hasn't this been fun? Of course it has. I'd like it. Romper Room. I'm getting warm in here because I turned the heater on before I started the show, and then I closed all the doors. My face is getting a little flush because I forgot to turn the heater off. Ah! Her name was... Anyway, anybody else before I sign off? The awkward Facebook delay, Twitch delay, Twitter delay. Again, I'm Planet Mitch from GiveawayRocket.com. I can help you grow your email list. Skyrocket it to the moon and the stars. Contest. despite what some people say, contests do bring in valid leads. There is a myth out there in the world. I'm going to open my door. There's a myth that contest leads never turn into buyers. And I know plenty of people who have gotten plenty of buyers with their campaigns. It's just a matter of doing it the right way. David says the delay is just the norm with going live. Yeah, I know that, David. Yeah, it's just sometimes a pain because some people want to get away and go do something else. And maybe there's a comment coming, but I don't know about it. I don't even get the little typey thing that says somebody's typing. That would help. David's a good guy. For those of you who don't know David, you should check out David Dubay. Find him over on Facebook. He's doing some great stuff. MC says, thank you for sharing. David says, oh yes, it's totally a pain. I know. It is a pain. Which is why I have fun stuff like... because I can play with it. And then there's a whole bunch of Mitch stuff.
I know there were always rumors about what Mitch was doing. It was common knowledge.
Yeah, you better be careful around Mitch.
Mitch is here. Mitch is still here.
Mitch is still here. Robelak, thank you so much for tuning. Oh, darn it. Wait, if you haven't gone, I keep forgetting about this. I got to do this, but I haven't fixed this one yet. And it's my fault. But if you go to... where is it? This one. Let's see if this works right. It did. But it didn't work totally the way I wanted it to. If you go to giveawayrocket.com/calfree, which is this URL... and then you can see when I'm going live. And I will be having a link for you to sign up if you want to add this to your calendar. But for the week, I'm doing the contest list building tip. That's today. Then there's the Copilot session tomorrow. And those are free. Wednesday, same time, I'm doing a contest review. Thursday is the viral hacking Q&A if you're in the viral hacking challenge. And also there is the Discord chat. So we have, you've seen it on the scroller, talking about a Discord chat where we're talking about giveaway stuff. That's when we have a timed chat. Hopefully people can show up for that. And so as I add stuff to my calendar, you can always find that here at giveawayrocket.com/calfree if you want to join me next time. Roblack, if you're still here. David says, so let me switch. Can I do this? I switch to me. Man, it's getting hot in here. Let me turn that off. So, David, there it goes. David says, so yeah, Roblack says, yeah, oh great, this is cool, I'll try to check it out. So, I mean, kind of like most mornings at 9 a.m. Central, which is 10 a.m. Eastern. So those times were Central time, because that's where I live. But, yeah, anyway. David says, oh my gosh, that was hilarious, and I gotta get the fun stuff. So, what I've done is I've programmed a whole bunch. I use a Stream Deck. So a Stream Deck is a box that you can get on Amazon and a whole bunch of different places that has keys. And let's see if I can grab this and make it a little longer. So it looks like this. Now I have two of them. I actually have a bigger one. And I know it's kind of bright, but each one of these functions does something. So if I tap on home, it takes me to a different set of buttons. If I tap on this one, on my other Stream Deck, it changes to a different set of images, functions. So what I'm doing is some of them I have attached to sounds, like the one Jeopardy. So, and I can do this inside of Zoom. So I have a lot of fun sometimes when I'm in a Zoom call. Like if the administrator of the Zoom call goes away, I start doing this. And people are like, what the heck is that? And I play the drum roll, or the applause, or the cash register, or the...
Danger!
Or...
Dad, you're always right.
You know, I have fun with these sounds. And people... One woman not too long ago said, oh man, can I have Mitch on my Zoom calls? Because I try to make it fun. But I also recorded all of these Mitch sounds.
Mitch wants to move you off his team. Mitch has done really, really well.
Because there's a show on Apple TV called God, I forgot what the name of it was. Like the Good Morning America show. It's not called Broadcast News because that was a different show. But on Apple TV, one of the characters' name was Mitch, so I just kept grabbing a whole bunch of sounds.
Mitch is here.
And so...
Hey, Mitch. What are you doing here?
Oh, Mitch, good. You're ready.
Let's give praise to Mitch.
So I had a lot of fun. And this is a friend of mine, Wendy.
Hey, Mitch. Good to hear from you.
You are Mitch.
Anyway, so I do have fun sometimes with my goofy sounds. But that's all because I've recorded them and put them on my Stream Deck so that I have one-punch access. It's kind of like being a DJ on the radio, right? Some of the DJs have a lot of different sounds that they can do to make it a little bit more engaging, maybe fun. All right, so thanks, David, for tuning in. Thank you all. Roblack, thanks for tuning in. And I've probably lost most of you. MC, Rob, Valerie was here. Good to see you, Valerie, if you're still around. Devin was here. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in. Ryan was here earlier. I know he's probably gone by now. Again, I'll see some of you again tomorrow on the Viral Copilot show. And if you should get an email about that if you're an UpViral user. But that's this time as well. All right, we will see you tomorrow. And I will send you out... somebody said something. Still here, Ryan says. Thanks. I'm leaving. Bye, Ryan. I forgot that the sound doesn't... I had to turn that on. I keep learning. For those of you still here, I forgot that the sound is muted, and so the music, you guys don't hear that. I muted it because I didn't want the microphone while the music was playing, but anyway. See you later, bye!